Okay, today we're going to be diagnosing a P0411, which is for the secondary air injection low flow. Basically, it's indicating that there's an air pump in this vehicle that pumps air into the exhaust to heat the catalytic converter up faster for emissions, and it's suggesting that there is no flow in the air injection system. Basically, what the air injection system does, it pumps air into the exhaust. I've actually already diagnosed this vehicle. I actually have the air pump here. It's already out. And on this vehicle, it's on this Volkswagen, it actually sits up in the inner fender well on the right side. And I was able to gain access to it. And I actually pulled this lower air hose off the pump itself, and water started running out of it, which is pretty common on these. So what I did after that is I actually just disconnected the 2-pin electrical connector here, and you can apply 12 volts to this and see if this pump runs. It's an easy way to check the injection pump itself. Just apply power and ground, basically from battery. You can use a power probe. I'll leave a link in the video description below on the power probe I used to test these. Also, I'll leave a link to this little handheld code reader. This thing's pretty nice. I like it. I pretty much just use it for clearing and reading codes, just because it's fast, it's efficient, it's got a nice short cable on it. When you have these type of things and you're working day in, day out, using it constantly, a shorter cable is actually better, because these cables tend to fail pretty relatively often. So having a shorter cable, you have less chances the cable failing on your scan tool. So, but yeah, so if you have a P0411 for air injection flow, the first thing you're going to want to check is the air pump itself. So a couple easy checks on that is just to pull the air tube off first off and see if you have water in it. This one, you can see there's actually still some water in there, you can see, but I pulled this line off and water ran right out of this air injection pump. So that was definitely the cause of the diagnostic trouble code we're getting for the air injection pump. Now I applied power and ground to this, and I was actually still able to get the pump to run. All that's in here is a motor, and it's got a fan in here that all it does is push air into the exhaust. I applied power and ground, and I was able to get this injection pump to work just fine. But with that water in there, we're definitely going to go ahead and replace it. What had happened though is it actually popped the fuse. So if you find you do have a bad air injection pump and you go to install a new one, always make sure you check the fuse for the air injection pump. Sometimes it can be hard to find depending on the type of vehicle. If it's on an Audi, a lot of times they're up underneath the dash. Volkswagens are usually under the hood, sometimes even right on top of the battery. Really all depends on the make and model. But on this particular vehicle, we're setting the code P0411 for air injection low flow, and the air pump was the culprit, and it did blow the fuse. So we installed a new air pump, we installed a new fuse, and everything seems to be working perfectly fine. So I'll go ahead and just gonna go ahead and clear the codes on this one. All I gotta do is hold the reset on there and hold it again, and the codes are erased. Yeah, and this little scanner works on all cars, 96 and newer, European, domestic, Asian, everything. So it's a great little tool. It doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, it just reads and clears codes. That's all it does. But it's pretty invaluable. So, like I said, I'll leave a link for that below. I will also leave a couple places you can find these air injection pumps online, like Amazon and stuff like that. I find that you find a lot of cheap parts on there. So, but appreciate you guys watching the video. Any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll be sure to answer them. And love for you to subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Flat Rate Mechanic.